The governor of the Bank of Namibia, Epson Ugota, presided over his first monetary policy committee with a decision to hold the country's repo rate at 6.5% on Wednesday. The Southern African economy keeps a close eye on its big neighbor, South Africa, in terms of interest rates and the behavior of the currency. Now let's listen to some of the points outlined by the governor in his post-MPC press briefing.
It is both an honor and profound responsibility to address you today for the first time as the governor of the Bank of Namibia. I'm deeply mindful that this office exists to serve the Namibian people, to safeguard the value of their money, to protect the stability of our financial system, and to uphold the credibility of our institution, which is entrusted with the nation's confidence. The strength of central bank, ultimately, it doesn't rest in its instruments, but in the trust it commands. Trust is the true currency of central banking. That trust is not symbolic. It is clearly reflected in the purchasing power of households, the confidence of businesses, the decision of investors, and the stability of our financial markets. It is earned through consistency, independence, and disciplined policy action. It is sustained through clear and very transparent communication. Leadership may transition, but the mandate does not. The bank's commitment to price stability in support of sustainable economic development remains firm and unchanged. That continuity is intentional. It reflects an understanding that stability must be protected consistently over time through discipline and forward-looking policy decisions, particularly in periods of uncertainty. We operate in a global environment that remains fluid and increasingly complex. Inflation and interest rate cycles have reasserted themselves as a central test of policy credibility. Geopolitical fragmentation, volatile capital flows, and tighter financial conditions continue to shape the external landscape. In such an environment, confidence in the stability of money becomes even more crucial. Domestically, Namibia is entering into a new phase of economic transformation. Emerging sectors, increased investment flows, and rapid digital innovation are reshaping the structure of our economy and the transmission of risk. These developments clearly present significant opportunities, but they also require a very careful and forward-looking macroeconomic stewardship. As our key responsibility is price stability, anchoring inflation expectations will therefore remain very central to my vision as a governor. Monetary policy is most effective when households and businesses are confident that inflation will remain contained over the medium term. Well-anchored expectations support balanced wage negotiation, sustainable investment decisions, and financial stability. Our approach will remain disciplined, data-driven, and measured, responding to global and domestic developments with clarity and decisiveness where necessary. The Bank of Namibia will remain steady in changing the world. It is my commitment to preserve the trust vested in this institution, the bank, to serve the Namibian people with integrity, independence, and resolve. Thank you for your indulgence. Now I will proceed to present the Monetary Policy Committee decision. This is a committee decision, it's not a governor decision, and outline the consideration and the reasoning that inform that outcome. That is the outline of the presentation for today. I will just be giving you at the beginning the monetary policy decision, and then we'll take you at a high level the developments in the global economy and also the outlook. And then on the domestic front, also give you the development, what has happened in the domestic economy over the past couple of months and also over the last 12 months, and also give you a summary and key takeaway. African debt rent. This decision also is meant to support the domestic economy. In this regard, the commercial bank are expected to keep the prime lending rate at 10%. The MPC noted that the continued appreciation of the exchange rate will help to control and contain inflation. Weaker domestic economic activity and private sector credit extension were also considered. The MPC chose to keep the repo rate unchanged at 6.5%. This decision followed a comprehensive review of the global, regional, and domestic economic developments. What do we see on the global front? Just a snapshot. Global economic growth remains steady in 2025 compared to what we have seen in 2024. And it is also projected to continue at the same pace in 2026. When we look at the inflation, the global headline inflation remain also well contained in 2025 compared to what we have seen in 2024. And it is also expected to further ease in 2026 and 2027. In terms of the stock markets recorded some kind of gains during the review period. Since the last MPC, we have seen that the monetary policy path pursued in advanced economy and emerging market developing economies remain mixed.